Hey guys, Mike here. So today I'm here to talk to you about Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. In this review I'll be going over a brief summary of the plot, my quick thoughts about the film and whether or not you guys should go and see it. So I'm going to try and keep this review spoiler free. However, if you want to know anything about the film and you want to go in completely blind, then it's just come back to this video once you've seen the film. So with that, let's get started, shall we?
That's her brother?
I think that might have been the best moment of my life.
So Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald stars Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander. You may remember him from Les Miserables and from his Oscar-winning performance in The Theory of Everything. In Fantastic Beasts, Grindelwald has just escaped the custody of the Ministry of Magic, and now the Ministry, along with the help of Newt Scamander for some reason, must try and find him before he spreads his radical views about muggles to other magical users. Now, in the last movie, Colin Farrell was a decent villain. You know, I quite liked his performance, he was menacing enough, you know, he had enough qualities to make him a watchable villain. But then, they did something which ruined the character for me forever. They cast Johnny Depp as the real Grindelwald. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about why I don't like Johnny Depp, but basically, he's boring. He just does the same character and everything, pretty much just dork with makeup, and overall he's just pretty much just a drip to listen to. But for me, it tells me how bad a movie's gonna be when Johnny Depp is the best part of it. Now, to Johnny Depp's credit, he gives a fairly decent performance in this movie. He has an interesting enough character, his charm makes most people want to do pretty much anything he wants, and he has this certain presence to him that makes everyone kind of just stop and really listen to what he has to say. And there comes a certain point in the film where I'm listening to what he says and I'm just thinking, yeah, this actually makes a lot of sense. So, you know, overall, Johnny Depp is easily probably the best part about this movie, which I never thought I would say. But now, I want to talk about the star of the movie, even though that Johnny Depp's on all the marketing and really the movie's named after his character. But still, the main character in this movie is still Eddie Redmayne's character. Now, I didn't have a YouTube channel before I saw the first Fantastic Beasts, so no one really knows what I think about his character. In a nutshell, I do like Eddie Redmayne as an actor, and I do feel that his performance as Newt Scamander is probably close to how I imagine it should be. But really, I only have like a couple of problems with his character. Firstly, that it just seems like too much that he's trying to imitate Matt Smith's Doctor, then try and be his own entity. And pretty much my biggest issue with him, I know it's supposed to be more absent-mindedness, but when he kind of stares off into the middle distance, it looks more like a blind person pretending that they can see. But I mean, none of these qualities really detract from his character. I mean, Eddie Redmayne is still a good actor and he's still good in this movie. But I mean, the other big addition to this movie is a younger version of Dumbledore played by Jude Law. Now, for the most part, I do feel that he nails the character, but the only problem is he's not on screen much to kind of take in his character enough. I mean, I know there's supposed to be like 3 more movies after this one where we'll probably get to see a bit more about him, but as of right now, I don't feel that we got enough of Dumbledore to really appreciate or kind of analyse his character. But now, as for everyone else in the movie, they are completely pointless and just really unentertaining to watch. I mean, you've got Newt's fat American sidekick, who I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he wasn't really that entertaining in the first one, and he's just even less entertaining in this one now. I mean, all he seems to be there for is just to react to stuff. I mean, oh look, there's a giant monster. Ah, I'm a fat American. That's pretty much all he can do. I mean, while his relationship with Queenie was probably one of the more interesting parts about the movie, because it has a few decent comments about equalism and whatnot, but for the most part, it just is too forced and unentertaining and a bit unbelievable, and honestly, it just made me want to fall asleep with just how little chemistry these two had. I mean, the worst part is the story itself. It's just so boring. Nothing happens throughout the most part, and then in the last kind of 30 minutes to 20 minutes of the movie is where most of the story happens. But it's just so convoluted for the sake of being convoluted that you're just sitting there just scratching your head most of the time, just wondering what the hell is happening. Not in the sense of that it's hard to follow, just in the sense of they're just kind of throwing everything against the wall and seeing what will stick. I mean, at parts when they have their big reveals, it just feels so very soap opera-y. Pretty much to the point where you could probably hear people in the other room gasping at how shocking it is. I mean, as well, another probably good part about this movie is the CGI. The CGI is top-notch. It really fits in with the world. It looks really good. You can see all of it. Overall, guys, like I said, Johnny Depp best part, story boring, secondary characters crap, CGI really good. Overall, it's just a pretty average movie that looks kind of pretty. I mean, I would say I'm checked out with this franchise, but there's 3 more movies, and I know I'm going to see them anyway, so there's not much me point saying it, really. So now, as for whether or not you guys should go and see it. Now, I am a big fan of Harry Potter. I did love all the other movies, except for Half-Blood Prince. And the first Fantastic Beasts movie, I quite enjoyed as well, but this one was just awful. I just can't possibly recommend that you guys should go see it. I mean, maybe I'm being a bit too harsh on it, but when a movie starts to make me fall asleep where I actually have to physically wake myself up, that for me tells me that this is a boring-ass movie. Okay guys, that's my review for Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. If you've seen it, what did you think about it? And what's your favourite movie in the Potterverse? Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below, and until next time, I've been Michael. See ya!